For the first time since opening day, the Bourne Braves are back at Doran Park. Hello, everyone, and welcome into today's edition of Pregame Tomahawk Talk. I'm your host, Adam Gackin. The Bravos searching for the first victory since that opening day game against the Orleans Firebirds today. The last three games, all losses on the road against East Division teams, going at Brewster, at Chatham, and then at Harwich. A really difficult schedule to open up the season for this Bourne Brave squad, and it does not get any easier today because the opponent, the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, are the only undefeated team left in the Cape League at 4-0. Hyannis last time out back on Tuesday before the off day run-ruled Chatham 11-0 in 7 innings. This is a very, very dangerous Harbor Hawks squad. Again, for Bourne, trying to get back into the win column for the first time since opening day. Let's check out the highlights from Bourne's last contest against the Harwich Mariners.
First and third, 1-2, fly ball to right. Deep, but it's playable for Vitorek, who makes the catch, and plenty deep enough to where Carter can come home to score, and Harwich grabs an early 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second against McShane. McShane readies at the belt, 1-1 offering. Fastball grounded to the right side. Roselli fields McShane covering the bag. He's there, and it's a called out, but it will allow the second run to come home and score as Vittori touches home plate and makes it 2-0 Mariners. Penny at third, Vitorek at first. 2-0 to Stanfield, ground ball to short. McNulty, he boots it, and Bourne's going to score for the first time tonight. Penny touches home plate. Stanfield putting the ball in play to make it 2-1 Mariners. Anderson, one of 2 strikeout victims for McShane so far through 2+. 1-1, and this is a deep fly ball to left center field, and it is going to leave the building. It's a 2-run homer for Michael Anderson, his second of the summer, and Harwich extends that lead to 4-1. Here's the payoff from West. Fastball, wave and a miss at the top of the zone, and Justin West keeps the damage to just 2 runs via the Michael Anderson 2-run homer as Harwich strands the bases loaded in the bottom half of the third at home in Greenville. Evansville won that one as this one tattooed to left for Vittori. Jackson going back. He leaps, and it's gone. Second 2-run homer of the night for Harwich. This time it's off the bat of Vittori as the Mariners extend the lead to 6-1 in the bottom of the 5th.
Here's the payoff pitch. Ground ball off the glove of Hughes. Rolls to his left side at third base. He didn't see it. He did knock it down. So in theory here, it does save a run, but 1 run does come in and score as Harwich now leads 7-1 over the Braves. First pitch, ground ball left side. Houston backhands at short, fires across the diamond. It's a high throw over Holcomb. Scoring is McNulty. Advancing to third base will be Barth, and going to second on the errant throw is Ogden as the Mariners now lead 8-1 on what looks like the first Bourne error of the night. Here's the 0-2 from the Hoosier. This one, jam shot, center field. Stanfield comes in, it drops for a base hit. 1 run scores, 2 runs score, throw to third base. It's not in time. And it's a 2 RBI single for Michael Anderson. Makes it 10-1 Harwich. And now for Anderson, his 4th RBI of the night for the junior out of URI. Bales' 0-1 pitch. Gravelin, a drive, center field, could drop for a single, and it does. And Penny gets the wave, and Penny will score. And Bourne puts up their 2nd run of the night. It's a 10-2 game on the Matthew Gravelin RBI single, his 2nd ribby here on the Cape. Both runners are going. Stanfield pops one up high in the air, foul territory on the right side. Anderson will backpedal and make the catch in foul territory to end the ball game.
So we continue on here on Pregame Tomahawk Talk. Adam Gackin alongside Cam Manna and Nathan Schwartz ahead of the Bourne Braves taking on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. And Cam, want to start with you. This game comes after the first off day of the season yesterday. You're someone who was in the Cape last season with Bourne. How important are those off days?
Crucial for teams, especially early on in the season. I think an off day is great for the mentality of baseball. It's a mental game. Kind of get a rest for guys that are in slumps right now. When you lose 3 straight, it's not bad to have an off day to reset. that. And also for team bonding, for these guys to hang out. You're on Cape Cod, maybe go to the beach and step away from baseball for a quick second. That also helps, a lot for these guys coming from different schools, have been on this team shortly together. So I think an off day, especially early after 3 consecutive losses, can do a lot of good.
Yeah, a couple of players said that they went to the beach yesterday. One even said that he went to Nantucket. So the guys fully exploring the area, getting to know each other here on beautiful Cape Cod. And Nathan now talking about more of just the baseball things. This team has gotten hits recently, but struggled to bring those guys home.
Yeah, 33 of the 38 hits over the first 4 games have just been singles. And, that's a big reason why there's been so many struggles with moving runners that are in scoring position to the plate. A lot of those big runs that the team has scored have also come with 2 outs. They've had 5 2-out RBIs, which, yes, is a good thing, but also when you had those runners in scoring position with 1 out, a sacrifice fly could make a huge difference in the game, even a ground ball to the opposite side of the infield. So when you take a look at this overall offensive output for the team, those small little adjustments could make the difference.
Well, the Bravos looking for some more offensive output today, maybe some big innings, and maybe some big innings early on to help out today's starter, Ben Bybee out of Arkansas, who we've already seen pitch once this year.
Yeah, he went 1 inning versus Orleans. He showed control in a game that Bourne pretty much had locked up from the 4th inning on, but Bybee at Arkansas was used in a lot of different roles, had 10 appearances, 7 were starts, 3 out of the bullpen, just above a 6 earned run average, but there wasn't a lot of control issues for Bybee as a whole, so we expect to see that here tonight. And for Bybee, we talked about it on the off-day podcast. For a starting pitcher right now, you want to play damage control. You don't want to have a big inning for this great offense for the Harbor Hawks. We saw Harwich have 3-4 spots right now. You're trying to play the first 5 innings, keep it close, and let the offense work.
Well, we'll see how Bybee does today. I was talking to him just a couple minutes ago. He said the arm feels good, and he's really starting to get into a routine. Well, first pitch coming up at 6. Pregame Tomahawk Talk rolls on. Now joined here on Pregame Tomahawk Talk by Chris Stanfield out of LSU. That's very new for you. Just made the decision to transfer to the Tigers a few days ago. How's it feel to be an LSU Tiger?
It feels amazing. I'm looking forward to this new beginning and becoming a part of the LSU family and bringing home a natty.
What's it like to be a part of a new team? You experience it a lot in baseball, probably more than any other sport because of how summer ball works. What are the first few days like?
Yeah, I'd say, they're different as you're trying to learn your teammates, what they like, what they don't like, get a feel for the coach. But, pretty quickly, at least here, we've kind of meshed together and we're looking to get on a big run.
What goes into meshing and, with this team, just how's it going through the first week?
Yeah, I'd say, just from stretching together to, being around each other all the time. Yesterday and the off day, some of the guys were together, just, kind of becoming one because the main goal is to win. And, even if we're rivals in college right now, we're teammates. So, that's the main goal.
What's that like to have so many guys in the SEC on this team together? You were here last year when you run into your former Bourne teammates. What's that like?
Yeah, it's awesome. Just that means you have a lot of great guys around you, and the competition is really cool, and you kind of get to see how other guys go about their business.
Coming into this season and this team so far, you guys tied for the league lead in hits, but still struggling at times to get runs across. What goes into hitting with runners in scoring position? I know it's a lot harder said than done, but what's kind of the key for you guys to try and turn it around?
Yeah, I'd say, it's just baseball and it's early. And I think, it'll turn around for sure. But I just say trying to figure out what the pitcher wants to do to you, how he wants to get you out. But ultimately just being yourself and staying with the approach and believing that it'll come.
What's your time like here in Bourne with this coaching staff, and how much do you feel like it's helped you kind of improve as a player last year and just so far in the quick week this year?
Oh, it's amazing. I always look forward to coming down here because I feel like Coach Landers and our minds are alike. And, he knows how to utilize me personally and my teammates as well, and I believe that's why we have success here.
All right, well, thank you very much, Chris.
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot.
We continue on here on Pregame Tomahawk Talk. Adam Gatkin joined now by Sean Brennan, beat reporter for the Bourne Braves and knower of all things Cape Cod Baseball League. You've dove into this Hyannis Harbor Hawks team. They've got a starting pitcher today out of Louisiana Tech, and Luke Nichols. What should we know about him?
Well, the first thing we should know about him is that he was first team All-Conference USA, so that should tell you that he's a good pitcher right there. His ERA was a bit high, about 4.40, I believe, just a bit below 5, but he does not struggle with control. Not a lot of walks. I think it's 29 and 78 in 2/3 innings, so he is really going to be a big part of this well-oiled machine that is the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, and Bourne's really going to have to figure out their hitting because they can get hits, but it's those timely hits that they're going to need, and they're going up against a tough arm today.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise to see a guy be named first team All-Conference USA with an ERA up by 5, but that says something about the stuff that Nichols has. Now over to the offense for this Harbor Hawks team. They get on base better than pretty much anyone else in this league.
Oh yeah, they've outscored opponents 36-5, and a big reason for that is because they lead the league in on-base percentage, walks, and stolen bases. And yeah, they don't strike out a lot either. They have the fewest strikeouts in the league to date. So the Braves have kind of struggled with control, and they're not going to be able to do that today. Even if they're pitching strikes or have good stuff, it's likely that these Harbor Hawks are going to draw a lot of walks.
And when they're not drawing walks, this is a Hyannis team that's also been able to hit for some power this season, so they so far have everything going for them offensively.
Yeah, not a ton of power. This is a small ball team, but there are two guys I like to highlight, John Galazar out of Austin P and Zach York out of GCU. They each have 1 home run to their name and just 2 big power guys. So we talked about Hyannis' ability to get on base. You really don't want to let them get on base when those two are coming up because that could be a lot of damage that's going against the Braves.
All right, well, thank you very much, Sean. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this edition of Pregame Tomahawk Talk. First pitch just after 6 p.m.
Boom. Good stuff.
Great job.